Alrighty, gang, we got a double crash to the Titans, this time against not one, but two Spider-Man Infinity Wars. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna get into the fight, you know, after I switch my boost, and as I always do, let my matches do the talking, and then we'll get into all the other good particulars. Alright, so there is that fight in a nutshell. Uh, Again, a a quick fight, but we're gonna actually get into the particulars and talk about Rhino, who that's actually a resupply that I'm getting in a few more days, 4 more days in fact. And of course, thanks Alliance for playing. So let's look at Infinity War Spider-Man or Iron Spider, whatever you want to call him. So he is a blue, green, and red user. Affiliations should be Heroes, Avengers, Spider-Verse, um, Enhanced, blah blah blah. Alright, so his blue ability is a passive. So whenever Infinity War Spider-Man makes a match, he is going to create web tiles on the board. Alright, and then whenever uh, we do whatever the threshold amount of damage is, we'll look at it when we get into the fight fully, break it down in detail. Then what Spider-Man will do, he'll remove at least half of the web tiles on the board to resist the damage or bring the damage down to 1. And then, like I said, he'll remove half of those web tiles on the board. Okay, his green ability, Foot Pile, I believe this one here costs 8. And so what it will create web tiles on the board uh, from basic tiles, and then it'll convert some of those web tiles into fortified web tiles. And then if we happen to have any special tiles on the board, strike, attack, and protect tiles, then it will, oh, and countdown tiles as well, then it'll prioritize those there as well. And then finally, his red ability is called Proportional Punch. This here costs 10, and what it will do, it will deal damage to the target based on the number of web tiles there is on the board. So if you get a whole lot of web tiles on the board and then fire off his red ability, you'll do a pretty insane amount of damage. Let's just be upfront about that there. Alright, Rhino, probably not going to heal him. Green, black, and blue user. His green ability is called trample. This one here costs 8, and we've seen it in action. So it'll deal damage to the enemy team, so team damage, destroying a random 3x3 block of tiles. And then if there's any additional, any uh, enemy or basic tiles, well, there's going to be basic tiles on the board, but if there's enemy tiles on the board, it'll target those as well too. And then if Rhino is out in front, then it'll stun a random enemy for 3 turns, which in the Crash of the Titans, this is going to be, a good thing. And obviously destroy tiles don't deal damage or generate AP, that's up there. Rhino might. No, I'm not gonna do the JJ Walker thing. Not gonna do it. Nope, sorry. This here costs 7. It deals damage to the target, then creates fortified protect tiles, and then enemy strike tiles, and then at higher levels more stronger projectiles and more projectiles, and the same strength enemy attack tiles. Alright, and then passively, whenever we match or destroy enemy strike, attack, or projectile, Rhino jumps out in front, deals damage, and then at higher levels more damage from that passive. So yeah, and it doesn't matter if we match it or they match it. As long as one of them is matched, then he's gonna jump out in front and deal damage. And then Hidebound is Rhino's passive ability, and what it does, takes less damage from enemy powers. Friendly projectiles are more effective when Rhino's out in front, and then Rhino's base match damage of all of his colors are increased by 200%. So why not have that there at 5? His affiliations, for those that care: Sinister 6, Villains, Thunderbolts, Enhanced, Street Level, and Gamma Mutates, because when he got his experimental procedure done for another one of his Rhino costumes, they happened to infuse him with gamma radiation, to say the least. Alright, so our strategy in this fight here, it's not really that simple. It's a little bit complex. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that any of our moves that are going to be quote unquote high in damage, we want to make sure that we get Spider-Man stunned. So we want to target our green, and then obviously we want to make sure that we have plenty of black, so that we're able to put out those strike tiles, and then when they're matched away, deal additional damage to Spider-Man. Again, that's the key. And then obviously too, we want to deny Spider-Man his red. Once his red is denied, then he's not gonna be that scary. So quick reflexes, let's see here. Creates 2 web tiles, deals damage, what's proportional punch. Deals damage plus additional damage for each red, blue, or green web tile on the board, and then lesser damage for each other web tile on the board. And that's the other thing I forgot too. So as long as Spider-Man makes a match, it's gonna be on a random colors of those web tiles. So that's a blessing and a curse, to say the least. See, and then with multiple cascades, Spider-Man's able to do his thing. And then here comes Thwip Pile, and so that's gonna add more web tiles on the board for him. Yeah, I think I will match red. Well, this fight here is not going as well as the last fight did, but again, you know, hey, that was a fight. It happened, so. You know, just keep in mind that hey, not every fight is gonna have the same outcome. No matter what characters you use or what strategies you use, like some variable is gonna happen in the fight where it's gonna change it up, and you're like, oh no. As my man Stick Stickly would say, oh no. Let's go that way. I'm gonna wait for Rhino Might because I want to get enough for trample too. So when we fire it off, we fire trample. They say we fire Rhino Might off first, then trample, so that we maximize all those special tiles we're about to destroy. So there's that. Spider-Man with those quick reflexes. Can't do anything now if you're stunned, can you, Peter? Seeing there's extra damage from Rhino Might. And again, Spider-Man can't stop that resist though. It's like if he's stunned. And so there is that in a nutshell. As far as pairing folks up with Rhino, I really don't have any folks really to pair up with Rhino. It's just, you know, hey, he's a tank. Anybody that creates enemy special tiles, strike, attack, and protect tiles, they pair up well with Rhino. So, you know, your Carnages, your 4 or 5 star Carnage. Not necessarily, what's my boy name? Sabretooth. I mean, you could use Sabretooth, but the problem though with Sabretooth is this. You're going to be conflicting with black, and you kind of want Rhino's black because he's going to strengthen up his, your protect tiles. But again, you know, you got that option there. Let me see here. We got oh yeah, I know we got the new Penny Parker. No, she's not the support, but the brand new Penny Parker character. So she's gonna be the new 4-star in the game. We got Bishop with his Crash of the Titans coming up within 7 days, at least as of this time of recording. Kang PvP, so that should be pretty fun. Early bird store with our good friend Vulture, who again I'm just waiting for a good store to get him out of. So, you know, Omega Red and all that there. And then just waiting on the final piece to the puzzle. So we're waiting on either who's coming in alongside with Vulture. I mean, well, who's going to be the next 5-star after Vulture. So once we find that out, that'll be my determination on who to pull for. So it'll be either Omega Red, Venom, and I mean not Venom, Vulture, and I want to say it is Venom. I want to say, let me double check and see. I think it is Venom Sword. I think it's either Spider-Gwen. They say one of the two Venoms is gonna be the next one that's in the rotation. But be it as it may, that's a problem for future me to figure out much later. Thank you all for watching. You know, be excellent to your fellow human beings, as always, and I will catch y'all probably next Sunday, Monday, somewhere along in there, so we can look at the brand new Penny Parker. Until then, peace.